So instead of always shooting the faces, the backs and backsides are also incredibly good to photograph. It's basically doing a nude series. We'll see if we get pulled up. This guy's got some interesting texture in his hair. Currently sitting on the ground in the V&A Museum. Hey guys, I've just docked up at the V&A Museum, so we've got a little bit of a treat today for you. I've decided to come to the museum and do a POV because I know a lot of people still struggle to take photographs of people. And I remember when I was in New York and at the Met, I went to the museum there and took photographs of all the statues, and I loved it, like some incredible photos. So today we're going to have a bit of an adventure with that and sort of see what we get. So of course COVID's on, and the museums have only just opened again. So with this visit I had to book it in, and you get allotted times and that sort of thing to be able to go in. So we'll see what how quick it's going and that sort of thing. Hopefully we can get a bit of time in the sculpture hall, but in reality we only need 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll see what we get. But incredible building. For those of you who have not been here before, we're in London, and cloudy day. I've been editing most of the day, got some incredible photos lately, and just trying to keep on top of all the content that we're getting. So if you want to see more of the content, jump onto Instagram, because there's a lot that I post on there that you don't see on YouTube. So jump on board, have a look, and I will get through the reception here and jump back on. We're in the sculpture hall. Enjoy. Hi. Hello. Oh. Bigger? Yeah. Do you need the screen up?
Okay. Most of the galleries are open, but some near the top of the museum are closed, where you see them parallel.
All I want at the moment is the sculpture hall. I assume that's open?
The main sculpture hall is along here.
Amazing. Thank you. Alrighty. So guys, as you can see, we are walking into the sculpture hall. Incredible. Oh. Wow. Okay, so let's get our light sorted. So I'm probably going to roll at I'm pretty shaky, so I'm going to go 1/60th, and let's bump up to, I'll go 800. See where we're at. I'm at 1.4. I'll get a bit more depth out of that, and it's very yellow. Let's bring it back to neutral. Cool. So as you can see, you have essentially models here who don't talk, who you don't need to feel shy around, and who you can essentially pretend are studio lit. So it's a matter of taking your time and kind of just walking around and seeing if you can get a clear background. I'm using the 50mm today on the 1DX, and I've taken out the 7200 today just so I can have a bit less weight when I was on the Boris bike on the way here. But as you can see, the 50 should be fine. I'm also going to be using the front focus, and I might bring out the 24-70 as well. We'll see, but let's have a play around and take our time. So what I try and do, what I did last time as well, was try and use the highlight in the background to sort of try and illuminate our friends here in a different way. So still trying to get used to this new front focus button. Which is working. There's all sorts of different sculptures here. You can take your time to read. You know, I generally start off reading everything, and then I get a bit bored with it, I guess. I'm a bit of a slow reader, so it takes its time, but remember to half press. So playing around with filters in here is quite cool as well. I've done that in the past. and just trying to test different filters and how they work and don't work, and you can test them with different elements with the backlighting and that as well, so take your time with that. Can't quite get a clear background that I want for this, so what I will do is try and rim it like this. How did that go? Yeah, that's alright. So I'll get the sculpt guy here while it's nice and clear. What the issue is yes, there's no people, but there's also sculptures in the back, so generally a good trick is to come down low. Think of your focal point. I'm going to come back a bit. Always watch your step when you're moving backwards in a museum. You don't want to be held accountable for that. Let's try some different angles. I'll go this way into the windows. Just try and clear that background a bit more. Just closing down a bit as well. So I might play with this Augusty dude looking here. He's got a bit of interesting light on him. His eyes are also hollow, which is quite creepy but cool at the same token. So I'm going to close down. I think it'd be quite cool to underexpose him to give him that real depth and almost kind of creepy sort of vibe. Maybe flick it to black and white. I think I've closed down a bit too much, so I'll just open up a third. Gone 2/3. Nice portrait of old mate. Let's get some of these other ones on the wall. So all the light in here is actually reasonably flat. It's fine. Focus is off there. Let's try that again. So what did you guys think of the focus video that I did on the last one? Do you guys try and learn different ways of doing things? This guy's got 2 sculptures, must have been important. Are you trying to experiment and learn different ways of doing things, or are you kind of sticking to what you know? Which naturally is totally fine as well. I'm just curious more than anything. Pass on that one. Like this one, how she's leaning forward, so still full of that. And I should start making my way down. This guy's pretty interesting. But we do have the trails behind him, so isn't ideal. If I shoot him in this angle, is it going to cut him off that arm? It's great for me while I'm I guess trying to learn the refocusing issues. So I do have my mask on, but it's around my chin, purely because I do have asthma and it does affect me at times. I get quite wheezy, especially when I eat dairy, so hopefully, I haven't got a medical certificate or anything, but we'll see if we get pulled up. This guy's got some interesting texture in his hair. I'm going to shoot him up from bottom up a little bit. I'll open up as well. And come in super close. I'm just trying to find an angle where I can hide the background a bit. Might actually go wider on that. That was pretty cool. And then I can do my beloved 4x5 crop. I didn't quite get the angle, but you'll see the difference. So the V&A, I did a quick little research. The V&A has the best sculpture hall apparently here in London. So we are in quite the place to be looking at these. So this is the head of a crouching woman. Wow. It's quite interesting. It's very dark and dense, but we do have some light coming through from the back, which hopefully might give it a bit of a rim light. It's a bit much actually. Shoot it from the side, just so we're not shooting straight into that rimminess. As you can see, sort of taking your time to find the angles is possible, because you know, as much as you can do that with models and talent, it also can be hard at first because you feel pressured by them, or by yourself, essentially, just to get them in place. So when you have a subject that doesn't talk, you're quite capable of taking your time to find the shot that you want. So I'm going to crouch down a little. I'm going to pull back a bit as well, just for the 4/5 crop. Shoot from down to up, and I'm underexposing this so I can flick it to black and white. Might go landscape as well. This time I'll overexpose. A nice wee sculpture here of Einstein. It's very texture orientated, which is cool. So to get more of the texture, I'm going to close down. I'm currently on 1.4. Let's just check that. A little bit dark. 160. Okay, I'm at ISO 1000 at 160 at 2.8, just to get a little bit more depth in there. Might shoot him front on, pull back a bit so I can do the 4/5 crop. Oops, don't need that on. I'll just turn that off. Alright. So we are at the end of 1M, obviously. Shooting through the glass can be done. Like, you can use the shadows or the highlights of the windows. So there's someone walking in the bottom corner there. You can see the little dollop of head. And you can use yourself in it. You know, you look at some of the photographers. Get a little bit lower. Who have done that in the past. Vivian Myers, a big one for that. If you haven't seen her documentaries. There you go. Me and the naked lady. I've got two here passionately kissing. Which I think, doing a shoot along the lines of this in a non-tacky way, I think would be incredible. So easy for things to go wrong. Look cheap, but done right. It's really, really beautiful. Trying to catch focus. proud man, isn't he? Let's see if we can get that halo behind him. Might be a bit dark, these. Not bad. If we bring up the old histogram, it's good as well. Not bad. Alrighty. Let's see what else. Come into here. So this here is really beautiful as well. Let's see if we can get the body and the shadow of the building behind. Catch one while that lady's there. And try and get one without. I'm going to pull out a bit just so we can get the 4:5 crop that I famously love. I'm also going to shoot it from a lower angle. These are the sort of sculptures that I like. Currently sitting on the ground in the V&A Museum. I love it. Let's just change that angle a bit. It's quite hard playing with the old see if I can get his face illuminated. It's quite difficult with the old highlights in the background. Here we are. Got it. Cool. So let's head down to the other hall, have a look. This is quite interesting as well. Using the halo in the background should be able to add an effect as well. I'm going to underexpose here, try and give it a little bit more moodiest. Whoa, it's so orange. So we're shooting, I'm going to come down to 32 Kelvin, maybe a little bit warmer. Let's go 35. Just because these are really yellow lights. Right. Always checking behind you before you turn around with your bags on. Pulling out a little bit more. So taking your time, finding your crops, checking your exposure and just seeing how the light is actually falling over the body and what parts of it you want to capture. So this here should be quite underexposed apart from the highlights, but kind of need the long lens to get up and in there. Try horizontal. Just tried to capture him 3D. Wow, okay, this side is so much better. More me. So here, I'm actually down on a 50th. I'm gonna move it, slow shutter, done deliberately just to get a bit of mood in that. And okay, this guy's sitting on a cowman. Poor cowman. Alright, so there's a light behind which I'm going to try and get it just between the neck and just over his shoulder, just to give a little bit of a glow behind him. As you can see, but it's too exposed for me, so I'm just going to close down. Hopefully the angle of the GoPro is okay for you guys. Flary. It's gonna, I'll leave it in colour, that one. It's close to a window, so you're getting a mix of the blue from the outdoor light, and of course blue from the, yellow from the lights above. So this is really quite interesting. I'm just trying to figure out what angle I want to shoot it at. I'm gonna do a headshot to start with. Maybe the one on the inside, so I'm gonna go down to 1.4. See where my exposure's at, and go on my tippy toes, hopefully not fall over, just to get those lips in, which is nice. And this way here, this side will probably flick to black and white. A little bit wider. Just trying to move and get rid of the background. Yeah, that's good. What have we got here? So not a clean background in these, but it's a different sort of marble, isn't it? So I am on 1.4, 50mm, so it should be pretty blurred out in the background, but in the same token, it's not going to be, so just trying to be a bit selective on what I choose to take a photograph of. Lady Stepney makes the cut. This here is pretty impressive. So I'm looking to underexpose this, and we're just going to have to wait for the background to be clear. There's a bit of a flare of light. It's fine. Get one now, just in case I don't get any better. It's really beautiful. Let's shoot from down up. Again, that rim light behind, we'll use that to sort of accentuate something. Might do a second head. I might just cut that rim out in this one. You can see the difference that it's made. It's actually more effective. The eye gets drawn otherwise to the light. Yeah, I suffer from asthma, so I have to have breaks from it.
I can get you a sticker and then you don't need to wear it.
Oh, please, that'd be great, yeah.
I will sanitize my hands. Put a sticker on here and then you can take it.
Thank you. This one here should be pretty good because there's a couple of rim lights in the back which I'm using on the second arm. Okay, we're going to do one with complete light in, flare, and then one with it away, just so you can see the difference. In my opinion, the one without the light is better. Thank you so much. Appreciate
You
it.
don't need to wear it at all.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Close the door so everyone can see it.
Right there. Thank you. Cheers. I'm surprised it took that long for someone to actually come around. So instead of always shooting the faces, the backs and backsides are also incredibly good to photograph. It's basically doing a nude series, you know, but if you don't have the confidence to do a nude series yet, coming along and shooting sculptures, again, I do recommend it. A bit of an entanglement of bodies there. I'm just going to open up a bit. Let's get that again. And I really like the sculpture. I'll do one. Oh, really low angle. Okay, let's move on. Oh, little mama bear kisses. So guys, let me know the museums that you've been into in the past, the ones that you enjoy the most, why you enjoyed it the most, what was in there that caught your attention, and was it a particular exhibition or was it more of a, what would you call it, like a permanent exhibition? What country was it in? And also, if you think I should go there, you know, as I've said, I am planning to do a lot of travel and exploring, and would like to narrow down the list of where to go. Like, my list is so big that it's almost impossible to, I guess, prioritise. So I always find it easier when I've had people's influences being like, oh, this one or that one. So let me know what one you think, and it will be my pleasure to go along and try and document it. Let's get this lady in the back just for the sake of it. Can't even tell. Which was a 1.4. So keeping eyes peeled for interesting light and how it falls on sea sculptures. This baby's really kind of creepy. It's got a lot of chins. Keep making our way down. Wow, this one's look beautiful. But the lighting is more for, you know, his underwear, if you want to call it that, rather than anywhere else. Let's take one. But you can see where the eye is drawn to. May as well focus on his garment. Bagpipes. Let's wait for this lady to come out. And 50mm is quite good for this. I mean, it obviously is my favourite lens, and it just allows you to get up and close and personal. And I feel as though, for me, it captures more emotion. I am about to get the 35, which is another favourite lens of mine. I used to shoot on a lot back in the day when I had the luxury of borrowing photographers' equipment that I used to assist. So I was very lucky for that, but when you do get out on your own, you realise how expensive everything is. Well, we already knew that, didn't we? But perks of putting yourself out there and assisting. I do recommend it, but I also recommend more actually just shooting, learning your own elements. So I'm going to shoot through this guy in front, Christopher. Use him. Actually, I'm going to use this guy. See how we go. I'm going to go for the 4:5 crop. It's pretty cool. Let's do my tippy toes. Let's do that again. Kind of lost my balance. I'm going to hold the camera higher than I can actually stand. That's pretty good. So, I'm going to get up close. I'm going to close down for this, 2.8. Stick it at 640 and I'll just come down and shutter. That once more. See him in the background. So the light's quite flat here, but when you shoot side on to things, you can also get that interesting perspective. So let's see how this turns out, just for the sake of an experiment. It's pretty cool. Not bad at all. What have we got in the old glass cabinets? Nothing too extravagant. I wonder if that's actually a real tomb. Incredible country, Japan. Amazing. Seems to be that. Let's head outside for a wee bit. May as well get a quick snap out here. Obviously need to close down. I'm going to guess my exposure here. How well did I do? Not bad. Blue. That's fine. Oh. So they do really care here. Alright guys, bit of a lengthy one for you. Probably no thumbnail. Maybe go and snag one from the old sculptures and see what they say, but as you can see, it is worth heading to a museum if you have yet to build the confidence to approach people out on the streets and get some photographs of them. So in doing a museum, booking yourself some time and going to said sculpture hall, you can take your time. Don't even need to talk to anyone. I'm probably going to continue around and kind of just have my headphones on, you know. I love listening to classical music, piano, so I'm probably going to do that, waltzing around and get some more photos. So if I do that, I'll pop them into the end of the video for you guys. But let me know your thoughts, let me know if you've enjoyed this, or if it's just you missing the interaction with the people, or if it's helping you think outside the box in regards to what you can do and things that you can sort of obtain with just yourself and a camera. So take in the incredible architecture here. It is pretty impressive, and continue enjoying London with me. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks guys, bye. Like and subscribe. Ew.